All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Makar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is the second time I'm making this lesson because I don't want to say anything in this lesson that's like too out there, man, or anything that's false, man, right? But I don't want to like drag the lesson on for too long neither. I'm just going to go into a lesson on how it's clear why the Lord, Yahweh, is going to have to destroy a lot of our people, man. And I saw today a video that someone, like a brother from Great Millstone, put up of what somebody from ISUPK said. And this guy pretty much told people that it's okay to commit adultery to get back at an enemy, to get back at another Israelite. It's okay to commit adultery to get back at another Israelite. So if he gave advice saying that because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face, and because Chris Rock cannot fight against him physically, right? That if he was him, he would befriend his son, right? And then sleep with his wife. That's what he said. So that means that if somebody smacked him in the mouth, that's from ISUPK, right? Or any other Israelite man in the world, that he would try and then befriend that man's family and try and get in cool with that man's wife, with that man's son, and they try and sleep with one of his so-called, with a person that he considers a brother, he'd try and sleep with their wife. So he's basically given up information on what he revealed himself, man. And that's why the scriptures say you're not even supposed to let every man in your house, man. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 5. In fact, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Our sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward, and that's backwards, man. To be giving out advice to other Israelites, people that believe they're Israelites, right? And you're in a room full of people that believe they're Israelites. I heard the laughing in the background. And then you're telling them to sleep with another person's wife. And you could hear women, I was pretty sure, man, I could hear women laughing in the background, because obviously a woman's going to think that that's okay. Because women are demons anyway, man. That's the kind of thing a woman will do to get back at someone, to get back at her husband. Oh, he was mean to me. You know, he was mean to me that day, so I'm going to go and sleep with his brother. That's what a woman will do, man. Just straight demons. Oh, he didn't get me a so-called anniversary gift, so now I'm going to go and sleep with Jamal down the street. That's what a woman will do, man. And this guy from ISUPK pretty much told people to do a sin worthy unto death, or a sin unto death, because someone hit you, when that's not according to the law. That's not according to the law of Yahweh. It's not. That's not according to the law of Yahweh, man. According to the law of Yahweh, if Chris Rock had missed out on time from the injuries that he received from the smack, then Will Smith would have to pay back for all that time that he lost, for all the money that he could have ended up making. It's not. It doesn't say anywhere that if a man smacks you in the mouth or smites you, then you have to. Then you gotta befriend his son and sleep with your enemy's wife. Where does it say that? And that's what I mean when, like, our people have got knowledge to help people be a demon, but when it comes to trying to teach people a new way of handling things, they ain't got an answer, man. That's the old way. That's the world's way of handling things, man. People in the world will do that. That's some advice that you'd hear from a pimp or something like that, man, or from a player, one of them smooth cats. You know, that's some advice you hear from someone like that. That's not advice that you're supposed to hear from somebody that's claiming to be a man of the Lord, or trying to open up the Bible and read from it. Because if the person listens to that advice, well, then here's what they're worthy of. Let's get it, man. This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. And if that man committeth and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, and even he that committeth adultery with his neighbour's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So why are you telling somebody to do that, right? So that person can now be worthy of death? What kind of advice is that? But that goes into what this lesson is going to be about anyway, is that when it comes to giving like good advice and righteous advice, when it comes to speaking righteousness, our people ain't really got nothing to say, man. But if it comes to some wickedness and some wicked talk, then a lot of people have got a lot to say. But you shouldn't expect to see these kind of things being spoken by people that are saying that they're about the scriptures, though. Somebody that's supposed to be about the scriptures is not supposed to be like this. They're not supposed to be like that, man. They're supposed to tell somebody the right thing to do, according to what the law said. This is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 19. For out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts, murders, adulteries. So that was your wicked mind. That was that guy's wicked mind that made him say that, man. That's from the mind that made him say that. That's not righteous advice. And that's why the scriptures say, trust in the Lord and lead not on your own understanding, because your own understanding will make you think that it's okay to try and do that. But the Yahweh, if you trusted in what Yahweh says, you wouldn't do that though. And that also goes against loving your brother with all your treating your brother as you treat yourself, man. Because what if you get angry one day and smack somebody in the mouth? Would you want him to sleep with your wife then? Well, what kind of advice that is? And then he said, oh, he can't beat him up. So if he could beat him up, then does that mean that he should go and punch his brother in the mouth then? Sometimes you might say something to your brother, and they might get angry with you, and they might hit you, right? But does that mean that you're supposed to beat your own brother up now if you can beat him up and cause him grievous bodily harm now? Because you're stronger than him? Or does that mean that if you're stronger than every single man on the earth now, that you can go around saying whatever you want to say to people? Does that mean that? I don't think it does. This is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 19 again. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man. So that advice that he gave was telling the man to defile himself, man. But to eat with unwashing hands defileth not a man. And some of these people will rather see a man clean his hands every day. Or he washed his hands before he ate dinner. Oh, that's nice of him. But if they wouldn't have a problem with you saying that you commit adultery, but if you was washing your hands, if you don't wash your hands before you eat a burger or something like that, right? They were like, oh man, you're off. You're nasty, man. You tramp. That's how they be trying to talk to you when it's your burger. And the whole purpose. In fact, let me go to it, man. Matthew chapter 15 and verse 16. And Yahweh said, are ye also yet without understanding? Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly and cast out into the draught? Meaning things that go into your stomach. There's stomach acids that can cleanse your food and make you be able to digest it properly, man. And this was some Israelites that was complaining about Yahweh Shai's disciples not washing their hands. And let me jump up, man. This is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 12. Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? So there wasn't breaking none of God's laws, right? There wasn't breaking none of God's laws. There was breaking the tradition of the elders, but there wasn't breaking Yahweh's laws. So they found a problem with it, but they couldn't find an actual fault according to Yahweh's laws, but they found a problem with that though. Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. So because they didn't have a problem with them not washing their hands, but like they wasn't paying attention to the real things that was going on, man. These certain men. They was paying more attention to their own personal commands. There's paying more attention to their own things that bother them. And that's with a lot of these people, man. This guy that was said that thing from ISUPK, he's more offended by, oh, I'm offended now, and my street probably talking like that street cred stuff. Oh, I'm embarrassed because I got smacked now. So if I was him, I would go and tell him, I would go and commit adultery, huh? What are you talking about? That is horrible advice, man. And let's say somebody that's in the world that's not Chris Rock has been smacked in the mouth now, right? And he goes and takes that advice that you gave, but not applying it to the Will Smith and all that. And now he goes and commits adultery with somebody that hit him, his wife. Now, I don't know, man. Like, but it just goes into the topic of the lesson again, man, with how Israelites, they'll try and pretend like they're righteous, yeah. But then when it comes to start really breaking down things that's according to the scriptures, they don't know nothing, man. Like these people in the world, which is the main people that this video is about, they'll have a lot to say and have a lot of talk, yeah. But if you give them a scenario on how, and then ask them how to judge the scenario, they won't have the answers, man. And that's why when these people are coming up with all this talk about, oh, you can't judge me, and all of this, we're the ones that should be judging you, because you people don't even know how to judge yourself. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. So we're going, in fact, let me go to verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. It's a spiritual man that can even understand the judgment of the Lord, man. The laws of the Lord, in order to actually understand those things properly, it takes a spiritual man. And that's why even us that are trying to believe in more, we need to be changed into our spiritual body, man. We need to be changed into our spiritual form, which we're going to. And let me get that. Because even us now, if we was to see every single law of Yahweh performed, man, we'd start being like, oh man, that was harsh. That's what we'd start thinking, man. If you've seen a little kid that's rude to their parents and won't change their ways, if we saw them get stoned, you know, if we saw a woman that's committed adultery get stoned, we might even feel, wow, man, that was, you know, if we see the man that committed adultery with her get murked off and get the judgment performed, we probably think that's harsh. There's certain things that we would not be prepared to do right now, because we're not in that spiritual body that's necessary to be able to perform these things properly. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 44. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there's a spiritual body. And we're waiting to be turned into that spiritual body, man. That's what we're waiting for. We don't want to stay like this, because we know that like this, we're whack as hell, man. But everybody else is thinking that they know what they're doing right now. And that's why when you talk to a lot of these people, right, they'll have everything to say about everything worldly. They'll be able to tell you how to commit adultery. They'll be able to break down every single variation of weed. They'll know all the latest rap beef. They'll know which celebrity got killed on which day. They'll know they'll know the birthdays of all these rappers. They'll know where to buy weed. They'll know where to get all these different drugs. They'll know where to get some bootleg Giuseppe's. They'll know where to get a bootleg Gucci belt, you know? They'll know where all the underground parties are. But if you ask them to break down some scriptures, oh, they don't know about that. That was back in Bible times. But I swear that's been, you know, the Bible's been changed though, innit? You know it's been changed though, Don. It's been changed, nah. You've been changed into a slave. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? You've been changed. And you need to be changed again and reborn, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end this lesson there, man. Like, Israelites have got knowledge on wickedness, but when it comes to the knowledge of righteousness, they can't even give it, man. And it seems as though that's even the way how it is with some of these people that have been given power over men, man, to speak things, man. And that's why the judgment that he gave regarding this, he should have just went into the scriptures if he was going to even start talking about it, and should have said what the righteous thing to do according to the laws of Yahweh is regarding this. Because technically, that according to the law, it says an eye for an eye. So because Will Smith gave a smack, he should have got a smack of equal measure. And if his first injury that he done to Chris Rock cause a problem, then it should have been according to the law that he paid back time that Chris Rock had missed and money that he didn't earn, man, because he was injured. He doesn't say nowhere that he's supposed to sleep with the man's wife. That's madness, man. But yeah, I'm going to end the lesson there anyway. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakak Wadash, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.